Hello and welcome to TTFL CPT1. It's round 15 and we are at the USA Circuit of the Americas. And we are running a sprint this weekend, so it will be a short quali. And I probably should have paid attention to how many laps the sprint is. What? Why is that saying that? Why is that playing up? Oh, I love this. Every week something goes wrong. How's that gone? Why is it asking me to log into Twitch chat on IBS? That's irritating. And I can't find that key to put my password in. And my audio's back. 60% rain after 60 minutes in the feature race. Thank you, Hobo. Twitch links is going to be made in tonight then. Let's get some data up. Whilst they're making their way out on out laps, we'll run you through the standing. So Cornicus still well out in front. Rapid and Elder fairly close to one another in second and third. Frenzy in fourth, Hobo in fifth, Jake in sixth, and 40-point jump down to Sesvin in 7th, Scotty in 8th, Speedy in ninth, who's away in America for a couple of weeks, so he'll be losing ground to those around him. Mrs. Carl in 10th, Josh in 11th, Panda in 12th, Singh in 13th, Binner in 14th, Steeled in 15th, Ramil in 16th, Simseku in 17th, Nico in 18th, Cons in 19th, and 610 in 20th. We'll stay on board with Cons as he makes his way round for his first time lap, and then we'll run through constructors after this lap. Just into the S's. Great section of the track if you get the line right. The biggest downside is you go slightly offline and it affects you through the rest of your run through the S's. Cons look to have that lined up nicely. exit onto the DRS straight, heading down towards that blinding sun. It's not that bad from spectator view, but I know from driver's point of view it really is blinding. You can't really see the track. You have to rely on sixth sense as you make your way down. Comes into the final sector now. To the long triple right hander. Got a Ferrari just in front. Didn't see him coming. I think that was Panda. So that's going to cost Cons that run. Jump back, Elders invalidated. Mrs. Carl is into the pits. Elders on the back straight. There's Jake coming round, literally round and into the wall. So that's his nose cone gone. So Jake will be back into the pits. It's really annoying me. I can't see the chat on OBS. So we'll go on board with Hobo coming around that triple right hander. Down to the penultimate corner. Into the final corner. Crosses the line to start our times with a 1:34.1. Well, 1:34.134. Something fitting in the symmetry there. I'm sure Hobo will be happy with how those numbers worked out. Binner does a 35.404 to go into second. Nico just out of the final corner, 2:43, so that's definitely not a representative time. Panda through the final corner, a 35.9 for Panda, takes him into third. Thornicus on an outlap, Mrs. Carl on another outlap. Rapid crosses the line to start his first flying lap. So we'll stay on board with Rapid through turn one. Drops downhill in towards the S's. A little bit of traffic further ahead. Be hoping that clears the S's. We should meet that on the way down to, I think that's turn 13. A little snap on the exit there, but keeps it together. Down into the hard brake in, and now onto the DRS straight. There you go. I'll jump on board so you can see just how blinding that sun could be. Getting a little bit of a tow from his teammate there, who pulls out of the way to let him through, and then he invalidates it. So Rapid will need to go again. Where's Thornicus? Thornicus just coming to the end of the DRS straight. Doesn't take as much of the apex, so keeps it within limits of 103.2 through sector 2 for Thornicus. I really should get my track map open. I was too busy messing around on iRacing to get things set up properly earlier. There's USA, there we are. So out of the final corner now, crosses the line of 34.0 for Thornicus. So 600ths faster than Hobo. Sure, Hobo will be happy with that. Nico coming slowly round 17, now spinning the car around. say he's had quite a few spins because his rear tyres are twice the wear of his fronts, and they're also on fire. Into the pits. So Scotty has managed to make it into the second. Cons just coming round turn 11 onto that DRS straight. Got a flag for the McLaren of Thornicus. I think that was Thornicus. It was. We come back to Cons as he comes into the braking for turn 12. 103.7 through sector 2 for Cons. And 15, and now into that triple right-hander. Keeping it within the track limits through the final corner. DRS open, crosses the line, a 35.0 from Cons takes him into third place. Jake's done a 35.6 to go into fifth. Mrs. Carl a 38.0 takes her into seventh. Frenzy a 39.4 puts him in eighth. Nico still in the pits, Scotty in the pits. G717 Art, we'll just call you Art. Is on an outlet. Onboard car sound goes over my voice. Right, I will try and avoid going on board. Unfortunately, there's no way to adjust it depending on camera view. There might be. Where's audio? No, there's no separate setting, so I'll try and avoid going on board. Playing with the audio, completely missed how Binner was getting on his lap. So if that's my connection or Binner's connection, but that looks very clumpy. We've got a Williams in the wall on the pit exit. So Binner improves a 35.1, stays in fourth. So we've got 5 minutes of the second left. Binner's retired, lost it as we enter the S's. He is offline, but hopefully that car will be recovered quickly by the game. So Binner not going to be able to find any improvement. Hobo is on a lap. I completely missed his sector 2 time. So into turn 19 for Hobo and into the pits. Just coming to the end of sector 2, half a second up on his previous time, so that's going to be a 35.4. It's going to dump him ahead of Jake as we've got another Williams round. Through the penultimate corner for Panda. Hobo wasn't happy with that one. You've still got time to go for another run. So Panda does improve to a 35-4. So it takes him up into 5th. This is Carl just coming into the pits. That's Nico round in the Williams. Nico seems to be having some issues tonight. Rears are they're not massively hot. They're up near the top end of the temperature range. We'll stay on board with Nico, see what's happening. Normally one to put in decent times. Looks stable, if a little choppy through the S's. A snap of oversteer. Catches that, headed down towards turn 12 now. DRS open. As Rapid does a 33.5 to take him to provisional pole. It's a 33.6 really. So 4 tenths up on Thornicus. Panda was retired in the pits. So Nico seems to have had a better lap that time around. Elder has retired in the pits. As the message comes through, he messed up. So 34.7 from Elder puts him into 4th. Hobo retiring. My time was on 20% tyres, I only used one set. Yeah, I think Hobo's retired on the way into turn 19, so coming out of 18, maybe touch the curb. Holder with no time to get in and back out. It's a bit of a pain. Nico's been disqualified from the session, so he'll be starting last. Well, I'm going to stay on board with Thornica, see if he has got anything to respond to Rapid's 33.5 or 33.6. There's a Red Bull out just in front of Thornicus. As Art comes round to finish his lap, does a 34.4. So that takes Art up into 4th place. As Cons is having a moment on the way around 19. Gained on the Red Bull. I'm guessing that's Mrs. Carl in front. So Thornicus could be feeling some effect from the dirty air of the Red Bull in front. completely missed the sector 2 time, and that Thornicus losing it coming out of 18, manages to keep it out the wall. That Thornicus is qualifying run over, comes into the pit, so Rapid will take the pole, Thornicus in second, Hobo in third, Art in fourth, Elder in fifth, Cons in sixth, Binner in seventh, Mrs. Carl in eighth, Panda in ninth, Jake in 10th, Frenzy in 11th, and Scotty not setting a time will take 12th, and Nico disqualified will be in 13th. So as this is a sprint, it is not the end of the world to not have the greatest qualifying session. Drivers will now have the opportunity to try and improve their starting position for the feature race. Points for the top 8 in the sprint, so it's 8 for first, 7 for second, all the way down to 1 for 8th. Expecting to see Jake and Frenzy make their way through the order. Oh. Ah. Excuse the yawn, it's been a long day. Come on, Lobby, move along. So, possibility of rain in the feature race, as Hobo said earlier. I'm assuming that means it's a dry sprint race. So, whilst the drivers do their strategies, I'm expecting most to run the medium start to finish on the sprint. Let me find privacy and security. No, not that one. Autofill. Password. Search. Twitch. How are you doing? in the right place. Let's get back to paying attention. What tyres everyone on? So top 9 gone for the mediums. Jake and Frenzy going for the hards. Scotty and Nico on the mediums as well. It's a 10 lap race for the sprint. Beer or monster, beer or monster. Go on chat if you're listening. Beer or monster. Don't hear by the end of lap 1, I'll make the decision for you. Hi Carly. Welcome to the stream. You joined us at the right time. Beer and monster. I like your style. I'm not sure my liver would, but give it a crack. A horrible view of the start because we're looking from the back, but it's lights out and away we go. Chronicus going to the inside on the run up to turn 1. Just gets his nose ahead. Rapid, not giving up, fighting it back, will be on the inside into the right hander down towards the S's. Chronicus side by side. Rapid just manages to get in front and hold on to the lead. Art is up past Hobo, so up into 3rd place. Hobo coming under attack a little from Elder, who's got Bin up for company as well. Cons in 7th, coming under attack from Panda. These two are coming together during quali. Panda getting the move done on the braking into turn 12. So that's Panda up into 7th. Jake's had a poor start, dropping down into 13th. Jumping back up to the top. Hobo and Art going side by side, coming out of turn 12. Art managing to just get back in front. Hobo going around the outside down towards 15. Goes for the cutback as they run up to 16. Doesn't get the move done. Now a little bit compromised to Elder. Elder with Binner for company. Mrs. Carl is Cons into the pits and picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. Didn't look like Cons had any damage. But they are waiting there with a new wing. That's another set of mediums for Cons. He's not gonna like the feature race then, because he will have to use a used set of mediums in the feature, unless he goes hard soft. If he can take the hards long and go on to the soft, he won't have to use mediums. But if he does opt for mediums in the race, it will be a used set. Likely the set is on now as well. APC coming up with errors. There's my mouse going. Close that down. So Rapid opened a little bit of a gap over Thornicus, but nothing major. They have dropped up by 1.4 seconds. Hobo's dropping back from Art. Elder about a second back as well. The closest battle now at the moment is Frenzy and Nico with Scotty close behind Frenzy as well. Thornicus grabbing the fastest lap of 36.6. DRS will be enabled this time around. Nico defending to the inside. Frenzy looking to get the better exit. We'll have the outside down into turn 2. Nico able to cover that off. Scotty waiting patiently behind Frenzy to try and make his move. Panda, we've got Williams, that's Nico round on the exit of 9. So managed to keep it out of the wall, doesn't appear to have any damage. It has dropped him all the way down into 12th place. Thornicus closing into Rapid. DRS helping down that back straight. Brought him within touching distance. Scotty losing ground to Panda and now under pressure from Binner. Scotty was right behind Frenzy. I wonder if he did get caught up in Binner's incident. We've got a yellow flag, that's Nico round on the exit of 13, 14. Again, Nico needs to be careful. He needs to get this car going, otherwise it is going to end up bringing out a safety car. That's a retirement on track from Nico. Not what we want to see, but the car has been cleared. No safety car's been brought out, so that's the main thing. The racing can carry on. Thornicus with the DRS trying to chase down Rapid, taking a tenth and a half out of him down that straight between 11 and 12. But Rapid looks to have a better drive through corner exits here. Thornicus isn't giving up. Hobo's closed up into Art. Hobo pushing for a final podium spot. Elder just outside the DRS of Hobo. He's going to lose a little ground here as Hobo gets the DRS to go and attack Art on the run up to turn 1. Thornicus not able to make a move with the DRS into turn 1. Gate picks up a 5-second corner cut-in penalty. Hobo dropping back a little as they go through the S's. Elder, that no, I can't do beer and monster at the same time. I'll have to finish one and then go for the other. So I'll finish the beer first. Hobo right on the back of Art, goes for the move with the DRS into the braking into turn 12, gets the move done. Art runs a little wide on the exit. Hobo on half the ERS even of Art. Thank you for the follow, Charlie, much appreciated. So this has allowed Elder to close in to this battle for third place, so it's now a three-way battle. Elder will have the DRS this time to help pull him along. There's Art going for the move up into the inside on turn 1. This will give Hobo the inside line. No, Art's in front before turn 2 and Art has that covered off. We've got Lovely spin from Hobo there. Well held to keep it from going into the wall, but that has dropped him down into the clutches of Mrs. Carl. So Jake and Cons both retiring in the pits. Scotty picking up a 3-second penalty for Oscar warning. Thornicus taking a couple of tenths out of Rapid again as Elder going for the move down the inside into 12. Gets the move done, so that's Elder up into 3rd. Up back down into 4th where he started. That outfit does look nice. I do like the way that paint looks in the sunlight. So Elder already able to pull a second gap on Art as they come through the triple right-hander down into turn 20. So Art won't get the benefit of the DRS to pull him along to Elder. He has rinsed his ERS as well, but Elder's 25% is quite low. Rapid with twice the ERS of Thornicus, and Thornicus is trying to hold on to the back of Rapid. Rapid just breaking the DRS as they come towards the detection point. Oh, it's close. I don't think Thornicus is going to get the DRS this time. And it's not. Yeah, Brooksy, Scotty managed to make it back for the race. Did you make it into the Tier 2 race? I'm guessing if you're watching this race, probably not, or you had a mare. Be interesting to see how the guys in Tier 2 are getting on running that setup. No, just walked in. What time did you leave the house this morning then? Because that's a long ass day you've had. I'm too busy reading the chat. I didn't see what happened to Rapid there. Rapid's dropped down into 4th place. So Thornicus has inherited the lead. Elder up into 2nd. Hobo in 3rd. Rapid in 4th. Art's retired in the pits. Mrs. Carl in 5th. Panda in 6th. Frenzy 7th. Binner in 8th, Scotty 30 seconds, 25 seconds. It'll be 30 something seconds now after he's had that spin coming out of turn 20. So Scotty's dropped down to 9th. Really should pay more attention to what's going on. So Rapid making the move on Hobo with the DRS down to turn 12. Making an awful lot of the apex there. Needs to be careful. That could end up picking him up a penalty, especially in the main race. Very easy to get a corner cut on that one, taking that sort of line. Through the triple right-hander. Hobo holding on. Can Hobo do anything with the DRS? Rapid with 25% advantage on the ERS over Hobo. Rapid needs to make up 8 seconds to get back to the lead, and with 2 laps to go, going to be hoping for something to happen to Thornicus and Elder. this will... It's only going to be a 7 for Elder, 6 for Rapid, so 73, 58. Going to bring Elder a little closer to Rapid after the sprint. Hobo not giving up on trying to get third place back. So it goes to the inside into 12. It's pretty much depleted his ERS, and Rapid able to drive out of 12 and hold on to third place. Hobo needs to just keep it steady. I think Rapid has the pace to stay in front. Certainly has the ERS to defend with. Hobo's best chance is down into 12, but he needs to save that ERS. Stop deploying it down this straight. Use the DRS to pull you in. Try and get a good line through the S's so you're as close as possible as you come out of turn 11. Elder slowly clawing in towards Thornicus. Both on fairly equal ERS. We'll stick with this battle for third. It is the closest on track at the moment. So out of turn 11 for the final time during the sprint. DRS open on the Alpine of Hobo. Heading down towards turn 12. Hobo not able to get close enough. If anything, he lost ground to Rapid there. But Rapid, in the space of that first two sectors, has deployed 25% of his ERS, so I think he knew what he was doing. Saved that up for the final defence. Has allowed him to hold on to third place. Thornicus has doubled the gap back to Elder. Thornicus takes a win of the sprint. Elder comes across in second. He'll be happy with that. A great recovery from Elder. Rapid in third. Be interesting to know what happened to Rapid. Hobo in fourth. Mrs. Carl takes fifth. Panda gets sixth. Frenzy picks up seventh. Binner in eighth. And Scotty on the back straight at the moment will take ninth. I missed the save. Sorry, Elder. I got distracted by something. I think I was trying to find my password for Twitch so I could get the cat up on OBS. A great recovery after not a great qualifying. Puts you in a good, strong starting position for the race. Take this moment to disappear for a second. I should be back before the race starts. timed that to perfection as the countdown is just running out. So once we go on to formation lap, just bring up the tyre detail. So Thornicus Elder going mediums, Rapid going for the hards, Hobo on the mediums, Mrs. Carl on the hards, Panda on the mediums, Frenzy on the hards, Binner on the mediums, Scotty going on the softs, Art on the medium, Cons on the medium, Jake on the hards, and Nico on the mediums. I'll bring up the constructors standing. So McLaren out in front, 180 points clear of Alpine in second. Ferrari still in contention for the second place battle on 209. Aston in fourth with 163. Haas in fifth on 106. Closely followed by Red Bull on 102 and Mercedes on 95. Alpha Tauri and Alfa Romeo 14 points separating those two, and Williams with 19 points currently sitting in 10th. Turn the tyre detail off. To position change. Thornicus and Elder opening a bit of a gap back. Rapid going for a slightly more steady approach to his formation lap. So everyone lining up on the grid. I like that view. I'm going to stay with the nose cam of Elder as we wait for the lights to go out. Lights are out. Quite a detailed actually. Nose cam. Thornicus gets the better start. Elder not able to attack into turn one. That's better. See what's going on behind now. Mrs. Carl up into third. Hobo holding. No, my leaderboard's having a mare. I was going to say carnage, but it looks like Scotty round back there. Nico looks to be thumping all over the place. Keep an eye on that if that's a connection issue. Is definitely lagging somewhere. That'll be fun for Cons trying to guess where the car's going to jump to next. So Cons getting past Nico. Binner up into fourth. Good start by Binner. Rapids drop down into fifth place, so his hard tyres taking that little bit longer to come up to temperature. Thornicus and Elder opening the gap back to Hobo in third. They're over a second clear of Hobo as we come to start the second lap. Hobo pushing to try and close that gap to the battle for the lead in front. Rapid out of the DRS of Binner. His teammate just behind. Rapid has got pace, he just needs to wait for these hards to come into life. Scotty into the pits, going onto the hard, getting rid of that soft tyre. Gonna drop him out of sync with the rest of the grid. Yeah, Cons has had a stop as well. I wonder if he had contact with Nico. Is Nico looking to go for a move on Art down into turn 12? Losing out to Frenzy as well, who sneaks it up the inside. Puts him on the outside. Do you know if this hold on to it as they head into the triple right-hander? So Pitt's strategy is saying around lap 12 to 16 to swap from mediums to hards. DRS is enabled, so Thornicus is going to be coming under pressure now from Elder and Hobo. It's length to actually keep an eye on ERS levels. 10% difference between Thornicus and Elder. Hobo 10% back on Elder as well. Hobo has managed to pull the gap to Binner though. Binner dropping back from Hobo and into the clutches of Rapid. Oh, and Nico coming together. Nico, I don't know if that's a connection issue or if he has retired on track. Let's put us under a virtual safety car. So not a full safety car, so the gap should stay somewhat stable, as everyone has to drive to the same delta. This game is notoriously a pain in the arse when it comes to virtual safety cars and going green after the safety car. Because you don't know when it's actually going to go green. It's quite easy to get caught out and end up picking up a drive-through penalty. What happened to Scotty, or need I ask? Yeah, you don't need to ask, Terry. Scotty did a Scotty. He did one in the sprint as well. I saw of it. I don't think I caught the sprint on the stream, but I definitely caught the feat for race one on stream. But let him off, he's had a long day, he only just got back. Oh look, there you go, Brooks is straight to Scotty's defence as well, he's had a rough day. So we are back under green conditions. Elder closing that gap down to Thornicus. They've actually dropped Hobo by 2 seconds. So Hobo losing out under the restart. Binner has gained during that as well, so he's within the DRS of Hobo. Got Rapid and Panda. There's going to be a little DRS train there from 3rd down to 6th. Jake closing in. He sits on his arse most of it. Have you not seen all the lorry drivers on TikTok, all the complaints they have? It's really hard to sit there. I want to quote Clarkson when he played at being a lorry driver on Top Gear. change gear, change gear, change gear, kill a prostitute, change gear, change gear, change gear. But yeah, I'll probably get banned for saying that now. So Jake has closed right up to the back of Mrs. Cole as they're now heading through the S's. You can get a move done in the S's, but you have to be brave. Pray the driver in front is. You have to deal with mongs on the road, that's stressful enough. Yeah. I'll give you that. But that's what bumpers were invented for. Just tap them out the way. Elder still hanging on to the back of Thornicus, 30 on 60. Yeah, so yeah, that's what you need, someone doing 30 in a 60. Especially if you're in a vehicle that you can't easily overtake. So Mrs. Cole has got in front of Rapid. Sorry, Carly, I missed that one. What's your favourite F1 team? My current... it's hard to say. I've been a McLaren fan for pretty much all of my life, but I'm really falling out of love with McLaren. I don't know, they're just... something with them at the minute, it ain't right. An easier one is my least favourite F1 team, which would be Red Bull. And that's mainly down to Horner. I can't stand the bloke and the mentality of that team. So that's Scotty had enough of this one and retiring in the pits. Brooks's favourite team, HRT. That's going back some. Where are we with the battle out in the front? Elder holding on to the DRS. Hobo's managed to close that gap back down, so Hobo in the DRS train for the lead. Binner has lost ground to Hobo. He's now 2 seconds back. He's got 2.5 seconds back to Panda. Yeah. There's no McLaren, Williams. Yeah, I do like Williams. I'm just not friends with Williams at the moment because I applied for a job with them and I didn't even get a "no, sorry, you're a muppet, stop applying for jobs" email. I'd just been blanked, and so's Hobo. We both applied for the same job. So Rapid, he's closing in on Mrs. Cole. Elder's just taken 2/10 out of Thornicus. I want to keep an eye on where the battles are. Thornicus very healthy on the ERS. He's got 76% to play with. We've seen you drive on here. Nothing way out. I applied at the end of last season when I had a fairly decent result. I managed to finish, I think, all bar 2 races last season, as opposed to this season where I finished 2 and DNF the rest. Red Bull need to leave the team. It's toxic. It is. I fully agree, Brooksy. Red Bull seem to be a toxic team, and it's not even a new thing. It's been around for pretty much since they came into it, with Helmet and Horner. It's when Vettel took his 4 consecutive championships with Red Bull. Couldn't stand the bloke. I admired his skill and ability driving the car and getting those championships, but the attitude that was given off, I couldn't stand it. But once he left and his real personality came out, was one of my favourite drivers, and I was gutted to see him retire. I understand his reasons for wanting to retire, but I'll miss seeing him on the grid and at the events. It's all gone a bit stagnant. Rapid has got past Mrs. Cole. So Mrs. Cole down into 7th. Jake slowly closing in towards that battle. Frenzy's had a moment somewhere because he's dropped 15 seconds back off of Jake. That's a further 10 back. Cons has had that stop, so Cons will be hoping for a safety car to try and bring him back into this race. And still can't find his way past Thornicus. These two are very closely matched in the sprint. I think that's going to carry on the same through the feature. Hobo is right up into this battle as well now though. Panda's found his way past Binner, so Panda up into 4th. Which is good to see our Tier 2 champion from last season, who got automatic promotion into Tier 1, decided the best thing to do when starting in Tier 1 was turn some of the assists off, so he's running on no traction. And he's had a few moments through the season where I think the lack of traction control has caught him out. It's good to see him up there in 4th. Actually in front of his teammate. So Rapid not having the best of races and dropped down in the main race and now in the feature. Dropped down in the sprint and now in the feature, currently running in 6th. Still Elder and Hobo not able to find their way past Thornicus. Hobo is doing well, maintaining that gap. Similar ERS to Elder in front. Thornicus still with plenty to play with. Panda opening that gap back to Binner, so it's extended outside the DRS, so Binner won't have DRS this time around to try and close that gap back up, although he does get within the DRS range as they come onto the straight. The detection point is on the exit of 18. Actually loses a bit of ground down the start finish straight. Hobo gaining a 10th on Elder as they come through the S's. And Elder with the better drive out of turn 10. Seems to open that gap back up. Looks a lot closer as they break into turn 11. Lovely view of the rear suspension of the Alpine there. It would be great if there was a car behind him, but there's not. Something I hope they add in for the next game. More options from spectator camera view. But we will wait and see. So Binner a 2.5 back from Panda. Panda's got 5.5 seconds. Elder and Hobo both into the pits. Thornicus opting to stay out. They were all on the medium. So Elder and Hobo going for the undercut. Good stop from both teams there. This brings them out into 7th and 8th respectively. Come back to Thornica, see if he's gonna come in immediately after. So Hobo and Eldo both stopped on at the end of lap 11, start of lap 12, so very early into the pit stop window. Tyre data. So Thornicus, Panda, Binner all on the mediums. It's just coming round 13 and 14 now. Stop saying now all the time. So R is the only other driver on the mediums. Staying out this lap, we're going longer on the mediums. There's Panda in and Binner as well. This is going to push Rapid up into second, but he is 10 seconds back on this battle for the lead. Elder and Hobo just coming down the start finish straight now. They will get ahead of Panda and Binner, quite comfortably ahead. Hobo's managed to hold on to Elder even during the tyre warm-up phase, so Hobo still pushing, trying to fight his way up the podium positions. Rapid is starting to make inroads towards Thornicus. Got the gap down to under 10 seconds. As it comes just over the 10-second mark. So the hards should have more life than the mediums now. Are into the pits as well. So Thornicus is the only driver still out on the mediums. Hobo goes for the move on Elder, gets it done into 12, but Elder fighting back as they come round 13 and 14. Elder with the inside line into 15, manages to take that back. Hobo not giving up as they come into the triple right-hander down towards turn 19. Very easy to pick up a penalty here. Thornicus is into the pit and on his way back out down the pit exit. Where will he come out in terms of Elder and Hobo? He comes out just behind as Hobo goes for the move into turn 1. So Hobo up into third, which effectively will become the race lead. So Thornicus going late on the pit stop has cost him a couple of places there. Hobo is rinsing his ERS, trying to pull a gap. It's going to be susceptible to Elder here. Elder with 10% more. Thornicus dropping out of the DRS of this pair in front as Elder going to look around the outside into 12. Hobo covers that off on the exit, but can he hold on to it to the end of the lap? Hobo covering Elder off nicely as they come through to triple right-hander. Very even on the ERS now. Elder will get the DRS to help him. Stop yawning. Down the start-finish straight. Elder not looking for the move into turn 1. Thornicus has just teetering on the edge of the DRS as those hards start coming up to temperature. And Mrs. Cole holding on to first and second, but they both need to come into the pits at some point for the second. My brain's compound, that's the word. My brain just had a complete mental freeze. So Elder with the DRS down the inside on the braking into 12. Gets the move done. This will give Hobo, though, the inside into 13. And Hobo does manage to brake late and retake that position. But Elder not giving up. Looking for the cutback into 15. Hobo covering that off as they come to the triple right-hander, but these two battling has allowed Thornicus to close within the DRS. They need to be looking in their mirrors and try and settle into a rhythm. Sort of fighting one another and focus on trying to break that gap to Thornicus. Thornicus won't be giving up on the lead of this race. You can see the battle in front of him. Panda picks up the fastest lap with a 37.3. This is Carl and Rapid. 15 laps on the hard tyres. Yellow in sector 3, that's Cons round on the triple right-hander. Kept it out the wall, gets it recovered. That's allowed Art to close up on that final points position. Cons into the pits. That's the end of Cons race, so Cons retiring in the pits. That means everyone still running will be in the points. Elder and Thornicus still on the back of Hobo. Hobo is closing in to Mrs. Carl. As Mrs. Carl opts to come into the pits. That's going to give Hobo a little bit of free aid. Probably be hoping if he stayed out for another lap, so he could have tried to benefit from the DRS. So the gap between Hobo and Rapid in front sits at 6.8 seconds. if I bring up my other screen, wherever it's gone. Just focus on Rapid for a moment, see where the game's predicting he'll come out of the pits. He'll be coming out, according to my telemetry screen, he'll rejoin in 6th if he were to pit now. Depends how far he can push these hards, whether he can... I've got no tyre data for it. Hobo and Elder very even on tyre wear. Hobo is closing into Rapid, that's down to 6.2. Rapid is staying out though. If he's trying to push these hards all the way to go hard soft. And just keep in touch with this battle in front, and Rapid is into the pits. I must have looked at completely the wrong part of the track map. So that puts Hobo into the lead of the race, with Elder and Thornicus close behind. Hobo's going to have his work cut out trying to hold on to this lead. So Panda does go through into 5th. Rapid does come out into 6th, so the game did get something right for once. He has got Frenzy just behind him. Frenzy and Jake still on the hard tyres they started on, so both need to pit for a different compound. Rapid didn't go as long as I thought. I thought he might try and push it to the softs. But if memory serves me right, the softs around here last about 5 or 6 laps and then they are completely dead. So we would have had to have gone another 5 laps realistically. I think that would have cost him too much time. How's that gone? Playing with it. There it is. Blind. Still very healthy on the ERS, not choosing to deploy it at the moment. Looks like he may be going for a similar strategy to the feature race to save it till the last minute, I suppose till when it counts, and make that final push in the last couple of laps when drivers around you have depleted more of their ERS than they already have. Take that speed advantage. Hobo has opened the gap back to Elder, but a poor exit from Hobo there. That's going to cost him all the way down this straight, and Elder, oh, he does have the DRS. And that exit, poor exits, cost Hobo over half a second in the gap between himself and Elder as the Ferraris swap places, so Rapid up into 5th. Don't think there would have been team orders there. There may well have been. Rapid is on the faster tyre, so it makes sense to release him to try and close in and battle Binner for 4th place. Just missing out on DRS that time around. Rapid picks up the fastest lap of 36.6. Frenzy and Jake still staying out, so they could well be going for the hard to soft strategy. Rapid picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Hobo looking a lot stronger down the DRS straight this time around, although with the DRS, Elder is able to take 3/10 out of Hobo. So that better exit, that bad exit last time cost Hobo about 3/10 down the straight. Just a lack of top end speed against Elder with the DRS at the time. Where are we off to next week? This battle ensues. So we are. Oh, it's Monaco next week. Ah, it's going to be an interesting one to watch. Elder with the DRS down the start-finish straight. Not able to get close enough to make a move into turn one. Thornicus not within the DRS, but holding on to that 1.1 gap, and then closes in through the S's. Very smooth driving from Thornicus through the S's. It's an absolutely spot on line. He's starting to deploy a little more as he tries to get the DRS, and he has got into the DRS this time, so it's going to help bring him into this battle. And this may help Hobo in the long term if Elder's having to watch the mirrors and focus on defending from Thornicus behind. Could help Elder also if these guys start tripping over one another. Rapid having got past Binner, Frenzy and Mrs. Cole going side by side into turn 12. And Carl on the inside, puts her on the outside for 13. Does get that move done, so Mrs. Cole up into 6th place. Panda's dropped down into 8th. Not sure what's happened to Panda. Frenzy has still got a pit, as well as Jake are currently running in 10th, just in front of this lead pack battle. You need to be aware he'll start getting blue flags soon. So as they come into the S's, Hobo actually able to open the gap through the first part of the S's. Gains nearly half a second on Elder. Over half a second. It's 8.5 tenths, 9 tenths as they come onto the straight between 11 and 12. 8 tenths when they hit the DRS marker. Elder gaining about 3 tenths with the DRS. Thornicus holding on as well in 3rd place. Rapid is closing in, 5.8 seconds, 6 laps to go. It's a hard ask, I think. Mediums of these guys, the hards on Hobo and Elder hitting the 40% mark now. All I can do is look at Mrs. Cole for a gauge on what Rapid's on. Say top end 25% for Rapid, so his mediums are definitely faster. He's got the gap down to 5.2. Again, Hobo finds 3 tenths through the start of the S's over Elder. Hobo's definitely got the traction through the first part. Now onto the DRS straight. Elder is closer this time around. slightly healthier on the ERS. Hobo's going to have to be looking in the mirrors. Elder up the inside into 12. Hobo holding on and getting a better drive out of 12 on the wider entry. It allows him to hold on to the lead. Thornicus still in the background here, waiting to try and see if Elder or Hobo make a mistake. Elder trying to go the long way round the triple right-hander. Doesn't work out. As closer as they come on to the start-finish straight, he'll have the DRS. Can he find a move up into turn 1? You can brake very late into turn 1 with that uphill helping you slow the car. But Hobo covering that off. Elder looks to have a poor exit out of 1. That's allowed Thornicus to try and fight his way through 2. And Thornicus is up into 2nd place. So now Hobo really is going to come under pressure. Thornicus with a lot more, 40% more ERS. But crucially, Hobo has broken the DRS of Thornicus. So Thornicus will have the ERS to push, but he's not going to have the DRS, and he's going to have to defend from Elder behind as well. It's Panda and Mrs. Cole trading places. Mrs. Cole going round through the S's. Keeps it out the wall, keeps the car going. So Frenzy and Jake in for the soft tyres. I thought they were going to go long and go hard soft. With about a 30% advantage on the ERS, has got DRS this time as they come on to the start finish straight, heading up towards turn 1. Not close enough to make a move. Has gained a couple of tenths on the start finish straight. Can Hobo find that gap like he did with Elder? It looks like Thornicus does lose a tenth or 2, but I don't know, it's now opened up to over a second. So dropping down towards the DRS detection zone. Close. It was close, but Thornicus has got the DRS. 9 tenths back as the DRS opens. As they head down towards the braking zone, he is gaining, but not enough. He takes 4.5 tenths out of Hobo, so the DRS more effective for Thornicus than it was for Elder. Elder starting to teeter on the edge of the DRS of Thornicus now. Whilst this battle's been going on, Rapid has closed in. He's now 2 seconds off the back of Elder on the medium tyre, so he's going to be faster and have better traction on the exit of the corners. This is going to become a 4-way fight for the lead with 3 laps to go. That was me thinking earlier the race might be a bit stagnant. It's certainly all coming back to life now as we come towards the end of the feature race. Penalties are going to possibly come into play further down the field. As we stand at the moment, Hobo in the lead, Thornicus in 2nd, Elder in 3rd, Rapid in 4th, fast gaining on this battle in front. Binner sits in 5th, Panda in 6th, Mrs. Carl in 7th, Frenzy in 8th, Jake in 9th and Art in 10th. back to the battle for the lead. Thornicus goes for a look on Hobo into turn 12, but Hobo covers that off. Thornicus is closer than he has ever been as they come out of 15, heading towards the triple right-hander. Thornicus has really pushed though, he's down to 16% on his ERS. All pretty similar on the ERS. Hobo though without the DRS to defend. He's gaining up towards turn 1. Rapid now in the DRS range of Elder as well. So this is a DRS train from first down to fourth. Again, Hobo opening the gap through the S's. Possibly the one thing saving him. He just breaks the DRS, but Thornicus able to close that up as they head down towards turn 11. Thornicus is closer this time around. It gap sitting at 7/10 as they cross the DRS line. Come on, Angles, work better. Hobo defends the inside line, then comes back to take the racing line. Thornicus goes for the inside. Hobo again for about the 20th time this race covers off that inside line. But Thornicus holds on around the outside, so into turn 15. Thornicus retakes the lead of the race after losing out by going for the later pit stop. Taken him a while, but he has got back into the lead, and whilst these two have been battling for the lead, Rapid has managed to get the move done on Elder, so Rapid up into third. Hobo with the DRS now can save a little ERS. We are on the final lap, and I don't know who's coming out on the podium. Hobo definitely had a better drive through the S's every lap previous. He is closing into Thornicus. Thornicus not able to open that gap out. If anything, he is losing out to Hobo, so Hobo needs to push now. Hobo with a slight advantage on the ERS. It's now or never. Hobo's going to take another win in TTFL. But Hobo coming under pressure from Rapid, who's looking to try and move up those podium places. Goes for the move down into turn 12. Hobo again defends, takes the inside into 13. I think there was a little bit of contact there between Hobo and Rapid. That's dropped Hobo down into fourth and out of the podium. Or maybe not. Thornicus and Rapid both carrying penalties. So Elder currently sits in third. Going to be up into first. As Rapid, I think, has picked up a second round of penalties there. So Thornicus crosses the line first, followed by Rapid. Elder takes the win on penalties. Hobo picks up second, and I get a feeling he's going to be screwing over that contact. Thornicus takes third and the final podium position. Rapid takes fourth. Binner picks up fifth. Panda will come. Panda comes round to take sixth. Mrs. Cole will take seventh. Frenzy will take 8th. Unlapped himself from Frenzy to take 10th. So just waiting on Jake to come through Sector 3 to take 9th place. Yes, yes, yes. Just wait and watch the carnage. That's one of the closest finishes I have seen in TTFL for a while. And first and second are normally pretty close, but it's been a while since I've seen the top four within a couple of seconds of each other. Elder picks up the game's driver of the day. The safety car was on track then. I didn't even see why the safety car decided to come out for the cooldown lap. I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, views, chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, no, I don't. Dogehype.com. No. Feel free to promote my channel, but I'm not paying for it, thanks. So, there are our results. Elder takes the win. No, wrong screen. I want that one. That one, that's better. Elder takes the win. Hobo picks up second. Thornicus in third. Rapid in fourth. Binner in fifth. Panda with his best finish of the season so far in sixth. Mrs. Carl in seventh. Frenzy in eighth. Jake in ninth. Art on his first appearance takes 10th place, and our non-finishers were Cons, Scotty and Nico. I'm fairly sure Nico had connection issues tonight. Thank you everyone who's been watching and in the chat. Thank you Terry, Brooksy, Elder, Hobo, Charlie, thank you for getting involved. Thank you for the follow as well. I will be back in what's the time now? About 45 minutes for Rapid Pixel Racing's GP2 commentary stream. They are at Abu Dhabi tonight. We've got a full grid there, so 20 drivers, standard race, so full quali, and then a 50% race. Tomorrow night, be sure to check out Nevo Gaming for the F2 Saturday League, which is part of the TTFL Discord. So that's a one-shot quali and then 100% sprint and feature race. And this week the F2 race is Baku. So that'll be fun to watch. Then we have break on Sunday. Monday, Hobo or DXC Hobo is back with the commentary stream for Rapid Pixel Racing CP1, who are at. Really should have this on. No, wrong one. Abu Dhabi tonight. So it's Bahrain on Monday for GP1. So GP1 is a full no assist tier, so no traction, no ABS, no racing line. It's all down to driver skill. My stream will be up for the driver POV. Hopefully I can make it past lap 5. But we will see. I've got a habit of DNFing this season at the moment. Then on Tuesday, Hobo will be back on his Twitch channel with the DXT Premier League from 7:30, and again on Wednesday. And I know there's a cup game coming up at some point, but for the life of me I can't remember when that's supposed to be. So if you join me for the RPR GP2 stream, I'll try and find out beforehand when the cup game is for DXT Premier League. But thank you for watching, thank you for the follows. If you haven't hit that follow button already, please do, it will be much appreciated. And if you do have Amazon Prime and you haven't already signed up for Prime Gaming, do that, because it gives you a free sub on Twitch. And I'd be much appreciative if you did decide to use your Prime sub on my channel. But thank you for watching, and I will see you all either next week or in about 45 minutes.